Risk is something I often think about and actively manage.
Yeah, definitely. For me, one of my biggest symptoms of MS is falling over because I have balance problems and stumbling. So I definitely think about where I'm going to park. Do I need to take my walking poles with me? I just know because I've broken my leg twice in the last 8 years, and it's been a long rehabilitation process each time, which may or may not be because of MS that I fell over in the first place, but the outcome was the same. I was incapacitated for 10 weeks or something.
I guess we are also well informed because before you do any experiment, you've got to do the proper risk assessments and those kind of stuff. You always are well informed before you start your experiment, but there's always the unknown that you're preparing for. So I guess that's why it's similar to people with MS who are dealing with it.
Yes, true. It's as a genuine focus. I'm developing enough disability already and taking any opportunity to reduce the chance that I'll bring further disability through ridiculous, taking unnecessary risks so risk is a high focus of my attention.
And Joe, risk is something I often think about and actively manage.
In the research space it is as well. So from being a clinical psychologist, my perspective is about harm, but also in all of our clinical trials we always weigh up side effects with benefits. So yeah, we manage risk I think at all times in the research space.
I've known people with MS who have lost their vision. One gentleman in my early years of diagnosis had the choice. He could stay on cortisone and retain his vision but die younger, or he could go off cortisone and live vision impaired for the rest of his life, and he chose to go blind so he could be around for his daughter's future. And those sorts of things, you think, okay, we are making decisions on individual basis, and we will continue to do that despite the best available information. There is no logic in some ways. It is people's views and opinions.
And I think it's really important to take your own decisions and not let you be too influenced. You know yourself best. But what I get really, really anxious is if people decide, oh, I'm feeling fine, I'm not going to go on treatment, and then take away all this kind of evidence which is there and say, I don't care because I know I'm fine. So there's certain scientific evidence we need to bring in account, and for me, that's really scary, like listening to people saying that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If I make a choice, I accept all the risks that go with it.
Yeah. No, I concur. I agree as well.
I'm not so sure about that one as a researcher. I think we have quite strict guidelines on what space our risk is. So no, I don't have a whole lot of choices. I think I'm compliant to managing risk around the parameters that I can.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's a bit of a truism, particularly in relation, but whenever I'm making a decision to do one thing or the other, I mean, there's a risk involved in almost, as far as I can see, everything, but I've just got to do my best to choose the one that's going to be, the most benefit for the least possible, whatever, cost-benefit analysis, constant.
How, do I need to hold someone's arm as I'm walking down this long row of steps or whatever? Yeah, risk is. And then also, I've recently started adopting the Overcoming MS dietary principles. And so thinking, okay, I'm going out to dinner. If I can't find something on the menu that meets the dietary guidelines, am I going to say, oh, blow it and I'll just have something with a saturated fat in it, or won't I? Is that a risk I'm prepared to take, or is it, am I just going to say, no, I'll just have some lettuce leaves or something?
Are there risks involved with research?
Risks involved with research? Yeah, for sure. I mean, so researchers are always at risk to overestimate what they're doing and getting tagged away by maybe the wish to make the big breakthrough or something. And then so I'm working in models. I'm working very limited with blood samples or something. So there's always a risk of not being translatable, or like just going down a rabbit hole. Yeah, that's a risk of research in general. I mean, there's always, I think there can be something as too much information as well.
Yes.
But I think in general it's always good to know. Yeah. So yeah.